Hello and welcome to Jesus for Asia Now. I'm Natalie Wood and my husband John is joining me today for a trip into a different, exotic, and challenging part of our world. Hello, love. You know, I'm excited about this journey. Where are we going today?
We are going to the other side of the world. We're going to an island in the Philippines known as Mindoro.
Okay. What's our history with Mindoro? I know we've done other episodes about Mindoro, but what is our history there?
Well, way back in 2010, I met Pete Barolo. He told me about the tribes up in the mountains of Mindoro, and he's trying to get something started up there, a school or something. So I scraped together some money, like $250, and gave it to him, and I didn't see him for another 4 years.
Uh-huh.
And then he came back with all these stories of what they had been able to accomplish. And they were doing this. He was a teacher in the government school, and he was doing this part-time, but to support the work, they were making soy milk and selling soy milk.
Wow.
And they were just super dedicated, and the kind of work that they had accomplished, they'd not only entered into one village, but they were in like 5 or 6 villages.
Wow.
And I thought, man, this is somebody whose whole heart is into it.
Right.
And so when we met them again in 2016, he said that he was ready to go full time and quit his job as a teacher. And so he says, look, we want to commit to helping you guys out because we're seeing the stories that are coming out up there this is the village of the Bukau.
Some of those stories we've shared before.
Yeah.
And so people will be like, what are we talking about? But they'll have to just go back and watch the previous ones because we don't have time to tell the stories again.
Right.
But yeah, there's so many stories. This is the story of the angel that appeared to the elders and told them not to punish the children.
Yes. And the stand that those kids, and also Abar was part of that stand.
Right. And Abar we're going to meet in a video toward the end. But yes, he was part of that.
Yeah.
Whole experience. So there's a lot of stories from the past that we don't have time to share today.
Right.
But we want to just jump right in and talk about the children, especially in this episode.
Yes, the children of course, they just grab your heart. The kids, when you see how they live and the kinds of things that they have to deal with in their life. And so a couple of years ago, we started the feeding program.
Right. So they get a lunch every day.
Yes.
Besides just having school, they also have a lunch.
Right. And that has cut the children mortality rate from like 2 or 3 per year. 2 or 3 children would die per year to now nobody's dying.
Right. It's amazing. And they're not all sick all the time.
Right.
And
their immune system
and they can
is
learn.
Strong. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bright and they're not, constantly, sleeping because they're feeling all the hunger. They can listen, they can absorb information and stuff. So that's really cool.
Yeah. Okay. So we want to start at the beginning of their lives.
Yes.
We want to talk about how they give birth in this village.
Yes. So the video that we're going to show isn't graphic. It's not actually showing people giving birth, but it's just people talking about how they give birth and that kind of ordeal.
Which can be hard for people to listen to, but at least they only have to listen.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch that video now.
Okay.
Imagine, 8 ang anak ng mga kapatid na ito, hindi nadala sa ospital, wala. Dito lang lahat, home birthing. At sino yung hilot, sino ang hindi certified ng government, yung asawa. Pero ikaw nakatayo, nakahiga?
Aglod.
Aglod. Oh, lahat kahit sa panganay hanggang sa 8, sa bunso, ganun lang. Ay yung pinangpuputol mo.
Uway.
Uway?
Pusir.
Sa puson.
Uway arag.
Ganon lang po, ma'am. Pag tinalian pong ganon, susukat lang po ito. Huwag lumampas dito sa akwan. Basta hanggang dito, mula dito sa pusod. Yan. Yan ay susukatin na, tatalian. Tatalian din dito sa kabila. Bago sa gitna, putulin na kung magkabila na talian. Putulin lang ganon. Hindi okay na. Wala nang lumalabas na dugo.
Yung pinangtali, hindi yun ang pakuluan, hindi yun ang nasa ng alcohol.
Hindi.
Wala.
Hindi po.
So hindi totoo ang infeksyon sa mga kapatid na ito. Masiselan.
Mga doktor. Sila lang ang magsabi nun.
Paano yung gumagamit kayo ng alcohol?
Wala.
Wala. Ay ano lang ang ginagamit pag nanganak?
Niyog balat. Dakaroon. Dapa.
Balat ng nyog
Napasuro siya.
sa pusod.
Oh.
Doon sa ano nung bata.
Alimbawa matanggal in pasur. Ito pa pasuro siya. Galong.
Sa galong.
Dakaroon kayo.
Pag-arangkay, uling. Uling ng nyog.
Yeah. So, honey, how did you give birth?
In a hospital with a doctor.
Were you in a kneeling position?
No, I wasn't.
And did we cut the umbilical cord with a vine, a hardened vine?
No, we didn't.
And did
And we didn't put coconut husk charcoal on the child. And
It was very different, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's delivered so far 8 children this way.
Amazing.
So,
Amazing. We've got more video talking about some of the customs that they have surrounding giving birth.
okay.
Ay bawal umiyak.
Bawal sumigaw. Katan.
Ay
Kalimutan
ganun
na
na.
daw.
Baka mamaya nakaramdam yung iba. Kapag nakaramdam daw yung iba, hindi lumalabas yung
Yung bata. Mahihiya.
Mahihiya.
Matatakot.
Yan. Kaya kailangan hindi pwedeng ipaano sa iba. Kailangan sila lang mag-asawa. Kung mayroon man siyang pinagsabihan, kung hindi asawa, tiyain niya o kaya ano. Yan lang ang kailangan makakalam.
Ay, ko kung totoo pa ito rito, na kapag nahirapan ang bingan manganak, dahil yung lalaki ay tumitingin pa sa iba.
Oo, ganun nga ako yan. Mayroon pa yung ganun.
Ganun.
Yung aming kwan.
Sa kultura
Sa
yun.
kultura.
Kapag nahirapan ang bingan manganak,
Yan.
kasi may kasalanan yung
Kung
lalaki.
mga 3 araw na o 1 araw na hindi pa
Nagaling mo.
lumalabas, o lumalabas bago bumabalik, ay yan, sasabihin, baka ikaw may ginawa ng kasalanan, baka ikaw nangalabit pa sa iba. Kung sasabihin na, oo nga, nangalabit ako, pero mula ngayon, hindi naman. Kaya naisabi na,
Lalabas na.
O, lalabas na yan. Ganun lang.
Totoo po yun?
Oo, yan.
Ginagawa yan. Ayan, sa kanila.
Yan, meron pa po. Lumabas na ngayong bata, pero yung inunan hindi lumalabas, yan, meron din kasalanan na po lalaki yan. Yan ang lalaki ang may kasalanan. Yan. Kung ang babae ang may kasalanan, yung bata hindi talaga lumalabas. Yan mismo ang hindi lumalabas. Lumalabas na, bumabalik. Yan ang palatandaan. Yan ang ganun. Yan ang palatandaan namin.
Can you imagine no anesthetic and not being able to scream?
No, because, yeah, if the baby gets shy, then it won't come out.
Yeah.
It's interesting, all the explanations they have for the different situations. You know, if this happens, then this is the reason. If that happens, then this is the reason. And we can't do this because of that. We can't do that because of that.
Yeah.
We have to do it this way because, you know, it's very interesting. And in the first video, you know, we can't, there's no such thing as infection. That's something that doctors just come up with to say. And it's like, they definitely are not educated people. They're definitely from
Animistic
beliefs.
beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where animistic belief is where everything has a spirit. And so they're afraid of everything. You know, a lot of times they won't dig in the ground because that'll disrupt the dragon spirit of the earth.
Right.
Certain parts of, like if there's a spring in the water, they're afraid of that because there's a spirit in the spring. So all these kinds of
Right.
things. And so now they have in their birth procedure and beliefs, there's spirits tied to that, and you know, different things like that. What's interesting is I asked them, is there a lot of infant mortality?
Right.
And they said there isn't. They say that up in the mountains hardly any children die. The mothers die, but not so much the children.
You
which
mean during
surprised me.
childbirth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is surprising because it seems like, you know, we see situations where the baby can't come out and they have to do cesarean section.
Yeah.
And yet these mothers don't have that.
Nope.
They don't have that at all,
No.
which would mean the mother would die and the baby would die.
Right. Yeah.
So,
But there's no way to really track how many deaths there are because it's all up in the jungle and there's no hospitals, there's nobody counting, and it's all anecdotal. And
Right.
so we don't really know. I imagine that there's quite a few deaths
Yeah.
of baby and mother. But what's really sad is how they practice birth control,
Yeah.
because they don't have birth control. And so if they get too many children, well, we're going to find out more in a future video. But right now, we'd like to look at when these kids are born, there's no education, there's no learning, they don't even name their kids. And if a kid's born, then if it's a boy, they'll call it boy. And if it's a girl, they'll call it girl. And that's about it. And in this video, Jessica Barolo is going to meet with a Hmongian that's coming to visit her for some food. And then she's going to talk about, she's actually going to give a child a name.
Okay.
And the child's father, going to give the child's father a name.
Okay.
Pare manda sa kangay wa.
Kako ito.
Awon nga, salamat din.
Ako na po mga takuyan.
It's their second time to be here. They just here last Christmas.
Kani ako kagiplaw.
And they are asking for food because the last time they visited us, we gave them food. So this time, they want again food. They've been to ang karo ka ibang nga ni ka mo agipanaw, duwa?
Dua tayo bang.
Oh.
Makita kami nung sige talawin.
Sila daw galing sa galing sila ng 2 araw na lakad. Ito lang yung kakilala nilang magpapakain sa kanila. Kasi galing sila sa 2 araw na lakad. Ito lang. Dito lang sila makakakain. Ito lang ang bahay na mag-offer sa kanila ng food, pagkain. Magtinda sila ng luya at walis. Kuya!
Kina ko kanon nga ran.
Kay mo ngaran si Daniel. Kabat malno din Daniel.
Si Daniel.
Oh Daniel, kanta mamang togbo si Daniel. Pare piyakpakan sa leon. Pero iwad kamanga ng leon kay Apo Angel sara sa bibig ng mga leon. Yan, pero iwad piyak kamangan. Yan. Kaya yan si Daniel, kalakas sa kanta mamang saog busay. Yan. Malno awan ang kwento ni Daniel. Oh. No kamo agrik po, no kamo atay wakay. Ingkay mo ngaran si Daniel. Oh, nakay nga ni kay mo ngaran. Nakay nga ni kay mo ngaran, kangay piyakan sa kay mo.
Ikaw. Awi dyan ni Karay.
Yan. Oh, si Daniel ingkay mo ngaran ha. Oh.
Hindi, yes. Wala siyang pangalan?
Wala siyang pangalan. Ang sa kanila, kung lalaki, butuan lang. Kung babae, pikian lang. Yung kasarian lang ang tinatawag sa kanila. Kasariang pang babae, kasariang pang lalaki. Kaya sabi ko, si Daniel na siya. Siya si Daniel.
Daniel pala. Bakit kayo mong ngaran pare? Daniel. Anda. Malno. Pare Kay mo
Budang.
budang. Ikaw, ang tawag namin sa'yo, Daniel lamang.
Si Daniel lamang ha.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's really neat. You know, we talk about them, or we hear about them walking 2 days to come to this place where they know that someone will give them food, someone will
Right.
help them.
Yes.
And that's it's kind of another story, but we want to make sure that we bring out that these people are not cared for members of society. They're looked
Right.
down on by the majority tribes, and it's just really a tough life for them. I mean, they probably were walking along the side of the road for some of that time at least, and no one would pick them up
Right.
because they don't smell good.
Right.
And if someone picks them up, then everyone else will get out of the vehicle. And so it's really sad to think about the way we are as
Right.
humans and how we tend to do that to other people that aren't as fortunate as we are.
That's correct. Yeah. But I love how God brings in identity
Right,
and brings in value to individuals. And
right.
I love how he's put the burden for these people into, the Barolos' hearts
Yes,
and
you
makes
can
such
tell.
a big impact.
Right, you can tell. And I love that they named him Daniel.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. And it sounds like the father didn't have a name either because they
Right.
named him Daniel's father.
Yeah, which is fun.
Yeah, it is for sure.
As we talked about earlier,
Yeah.
we have a Bible worker in this village. Actually, we have 2 Bible workers, and they're a married couple
Uh-huh.
now. And one of them, Abar, we had mentioned, was in the video that we made before about the angel that wore the G-string to save the lives of the children that stood up for God. Actually, they
Right.
got
wanted to-
baptized.
Yes.
And they were going to be punished.
Mm-hmm.
And so Abar, I don't know if people will recognize him from that video because he wasn't in a long part of it,
Mm-hmm.
but he's in that video. And then also people might remember his wife Mercy from the video where she talked about them only having one toothbrush
Oh, yes.
and sharing the toothbrush among 30 or how many ever of them it was. And
I think that was the first video that we shared.
Student summer canvassing program ng LE. So, yung mga estudyante, nag-stop na sila ng school and then join sa missionary dito sa bundok. Sila na yung nag-teach.
Minsan wala pa akong pagkain, kaya minsan umiyak na lang po ako, hindi ako makababa. Minsan ako'y pumupunta lang sa bahay, makipagpintuhan para mawala lang ang gutom.
Sa tingin mo, ano yung kulang or pangangailangan need dito?
Mga lapis po. Kagamitan po. Kasi minsan po kami pag magaligo, isa lang po ang toothbrush namin ng lahat ng aking estudyante. Colgate.
So sa toothbrush, nagsishare-share kayo?
Opo, yung toothbrush. Isa lang po. Tapos, pagkain po.
I think that was the first video that we shared here on the JFA Now show.
Right, right. So the other thing is that both of these people have health challenges, and they talk a little bit about that in these videos, but I just wanted to set this up because he is actually losing his eyesight. He's mostly blind from what I understand. And Mercy has some sort of heart problem. And I know they took her to the doctor at one point, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have the funds to do whatever was necessary or nothing could be done. I'm not sure what the answer was, but she has some sort of heart problem. If you watch closely, you can see like her heart beats in her throat.
There's a little
Yeah.
thing happening there.
So anyway, I just wanted to mention that because we want to think about the reality that they live in. So what is this next video?
In this video, the story kind of flows out of this situation where the people, they have a hard time supporting their kids. They can't just go down to the store and buy food. They can't, just get a better job or something like that. They have to work for each person's food for that day.
Right.
And so like the parents will leave at 5 o'clock in the morning. So you got like 5-year-olds taking care of two-year-olds all day long. Well, the parents are out foraging for food, so they can find a root or some kind of vegetable or fruit in the forest, whatever they can find, and they fix that for the supper that evening.
Right.
And so the kids basically have no breakfast or lunch, and if the parents are successful, so then they can eat dinner. But what happens is if they get too many kids, they can't support that many kids.
Right.
And so the solution is just to end the child's life. And so this happens more times than we care to admit or understand. I don't know how many times this happens, but it's pretty common practice.
Right.
So the background of this video is that Abar was married to his first wife, and she died in childbirth. And his father killed his baby because the family couldn't support another child.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is the hard, cold reality. They can't just go out and get a job, a better job, and get more money. If there's no healthcare system.
Right. Now I want to mention because he wouldn't have had access to baby formula or something like that
Right.
to feed the child either.
Yeah.
And we'll notice in this video that Mercy actually is using baby formula.
Right.
And that's because of the Barolos, because
Yes.
they have access to that and they can bring it to them in the mountains.
That's correct.
So let's go ahead and watch that video.
Yes.
Sa kultura namin, yung magulang ayaw mag-alaga sa kanyang anak, papatay na agad. Isang araw, kami mag-asawa nagpunta na sa bukid. Tapos pag-uwi namin ay may isang lola, ito yung kanyang maging lola, nagpunta sa bahay namin. Sabi namin, anong sadya mo, nanay? Kasi dati hindi sila nakapunta sa amin.
Merap. Kalimut.
Sabi yung lola na yan, yung sadya ko, kayo ba kayo gustong magampon yung apo ko? Kasi yung anak ko, yung kanyang unang anak, dalawa, kambal, ay malilit pa. Tapos sabi yung anak ngayon, kung sinong gustong mag-alaga. Pero kami nagtataka, bakit hindi bigay dun sa ibang mga mangyan? Sabi ko sa akin, kami mag-usap mag-asawa, ay hindi natin kakayanin kasi wala tayong pang-didi sa bata. Ay sabi namin, sagot sa lola, hindi muna, sa iba muna kasi wala kaming budget at kami may sakit na, hindi talaga kaya. Tapos umuwi na siya. Tapos gumalik uli. Ay kung itong bata hindi ninyo tanggapin, aywan kung ano nang mangyari sa kanya. Kung buhay pa. Kung halimbawa yung magulang ayaw mag-alaga sa kanyang anak, papatay na agad. Kasi yan ay pagkakaugali na baga. Ay kaya kung inalaga yung bata, halimbawa pinabuhay, hindi na tuloy yung kagustuhan ng nanay, minsan kahit mag-alaga, parang walang sa mayos baga. Kaya kahit minsan medyo malaki-laki na sana, mamamatay din siya. Dahil kulang sa pag-alaga o sa pagpapakain. Ganun ang kultura ng mangyan.
Ang gantimpala na lang sa iyo, higit sa lahat ng yaman ng mundo. Bilangin mo ang pagpapala.
Tanggapin na natin. Bala ng Panginoon ang ating ipapakain sa Kanya. Dahil sa atin ang Panginoon, kung wala sa amin ang Panginoon, hindi namin tanggapin. Kaya tinanggap na namin. Tapos, mangyari sa ngayon, lagi silang magatawag sa amin. Kamusta yung bata? Minsan napunta na sa amin sila, yung lola, yung mga nanay. Sabi ko talaga, parang may pagkakaiba ito. Tapos, sa ngayon, parang hindi na sila mailap sa amin. Sabi ko, salamat. Siguro ito kaluban ng Panginoon. Kasi ang Diyos ay pag-ibig, kaya tayo din ay may pag-ibig sa tao. Yan po ang aming layunin sa aming sarili, kahit wala kaming kakayanan, bala ng Diyos.
What a beautiful picture of the love of God.
Oh man, yeah, and that baby, wow, they saved a life, but they weren't sure they'd be able to feed it and take care of it.
Right.
They're still very poor, but I think that they can find help.
I think that God will help them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's an opening door. I mean, we don't even think about, they had no idea that this would cause that family to want to be close to them because they saw them care for someone that didn't belong to them. I mean, it's not their child.
Right.
But they're taking it as though it is.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
And I loved what he said at the end. He says, maybe this is the reason for our life. And maybe that's their calling, is to be parents to many children that would have died otherwise.
Yeah. We'll see what God does.
Yeah.
He has started a beautiful story.
Yes, he has.
And is continuing it.
Yeah, for sure. That's one of the challenges that we see right now, is getting the supplies into those villages.
Right. I mean, we
walked to the closest village, didn't we?
Right. And
we almost
had them,
died.
Yeah. And we had them get a horse and try using the horse, but the horse couldn't even make the trails.
Yeah. Yeah.
So everything has to go from the base of the mountain to the villages by foot.
Right.
Which is a lot of work for them.
Yeah.
But since we started the feeding program for the children in the village, you know, they regularly are climbing the mountain with rice and with vegetables and various things that they need. The problem comes with getting all the food to the base of the mountains, because the vehicle that Barolos have, you might have seen it in the video behind Jessica, is broken down.
Right.
And it's broken so thoroughly that they don't think it's repairable. And they've been told not to bother repairing it. So they need a new vehicle.
That's correct. Yeah, they need a vehicle where they can carry people, transport food, supplies, everything that they need to do. Right now, they're riding bicycles.
Hello, Brother John, Sister Natalie, GFA family. We just finished a crusade from the tribe, from a community, and another community is requesting for evangelistic meetings, and so many requests. So thank you very much, brethren. The Lord is working.
It's hard to carry a lot on a bicycle.
Right.
So that's what we're praying for right now.
Right. I would like to invite you to pray with us for this vehicle that they need for this ministry to continue. And if you would like to help Abar and Mercy and the Bible workers like them, you can contact us at Jesus for Asia, P.O. Box 1221, Collegedale, Tennessee 37315. Call us at 423-413-7321 or visit our website at jesusforasia.org. May God richly bless you until we see you next time on Jesus for Asia Now.